Protesters call for charges against a Waffle House security guard.
Utility workers battle water main breaks in Columbia.
And staying or leaving, quarterback Drew Lock makes a career decision. KOMU-8 News at 6 starts now. Family and friends of a man shot and killed at a Waffle House on New Year's Day are protesting right now in Columbia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Emily Spain. KOMU-8's Kevin Coe is by the restaurant with the latest. Kevin.
Emily, Jim, good evening. Protests are set to begin here shortly. I actually just spoke with some family members of Anthony Warren. Now, family members tell me this comes in light of some documents that were made public yesterday. They were actually filed yesterday by law enforcement that say the security guard at the Waffle House right behind me felt threatened by Anthony Warren. Now, family members and friends and organizers of this protest here tonight say they want charges to be filed against the security guard. Now, highlighting the difficulties here today, the family's going to go through what they've been through during the investigation. And I also spoke with the family's attorney, who says this is a peaceful demonstration. There are going to be families here, there are going to be kids, but tonight is about the fight for justice.
For anybody who wants to come out and help us, who wants to help support this cause, because this is one family that we're not giving up.
Now, several Columbia Police Department cars are here, and they actually coordinated with the family members beforehand to make sure that nothing here breaks the regulations here in the city. Live in Columbia, Kevin Coe, KOMU-8 News.
Today, a Boonville woman pleaded guilty to federal charges related to a high-speed chase in 2016. 25-year-old Victoria Buell shot at officers during the chase. She pleaded guilty to a destruction of a motor vehicle and 2 counts of using a gun to commit a crime. In this case, she destroyed 2 semi-trucks. She faces at least 35 years in prison without parole. In December, Russell Moore pleaded guilty to the same charges. We now know the name of the man Springfield area police arrested for the suspected kidnapping of a 5-month-old baby. Greene County deputies booked 37-year-old Wade Aaron Showwater yesterday. This follows last week's Amber Alert when someone stole a car with a 5-month-old baby in the back seat. The child's aunt had left the baby inside the car at a gas station. When the aunt came back outside, the car and the baby were gone. The baby was found safe and in the abandoned car a short time later.
Fulton police are investigating staff at a daycare after a report of, quote, swatting and spanking. The Fulton School District notified parents who send their kids to Options Daycare. Not only are police involved, so is the Missouri Division of Family Services. The newest allegation comes a week after the district began investigating a complaint of inappropriate restraint by a daycare staff member. The district superintendent says those staff members no longer work at the daycare. The dog of a St. Louis County family is being called a hero for waking them up when their house caught fire. The Boudreaux family says its black lab, River, started barking in the middle of the night. At first, they ignored her, but eventually checked it out. That's when they found the garage on fire. The parents grabbed their 3 kids and got out. While they did have smoke detectors, River was able to alert them long before the alarm sounded.
River is a hero, and she was sent like a guardian angel. She saved our lives.
The home is damaged. The fire department is investigating the cause. There was no rain in the forecast today, but water still flowed down a Columbia Street after a water main break near downtown.
Crews worked hard today to limit the damage. KOMU-8's Edward Redler is live from the main break with the latest.
Jim, Emily, thanks. I'm live right by the East Walnut Water Tower right behind me, where Columbia Water and Light crews spent a large portion of their day working to fix what was a water main break. Now, crews have been working to cut off the leaks, but they are now gone. They have gone home. But there is still water noticeably flowing through the streets. Their work is not finished. They will be back to conclude it. They identified a valve that needs to be replaced. The initial concern, however, was cutting off water altogether and issuing a boil advisory. However, I was told that the break is isolated and contained, so that advisory is extremely unlikely. I was also told older infrastructure was partially to blame for the main break.
And all of the infrastructure down this area and going down Broadway is older infrastructure, and when you have older infrastructure, you do see more issues.
So where the leak is happening, where the main break is occurring, there is no direct service line. So what does that mean? That means that even if they were to cut off the water, that no businesses or residences in the nearby areas would be affected. So the road is wet, but outside of the slippery road conditions, nothing to be concerned about if you are a resident or a business owner. Live in Columbia, Edward Redler, KOMU-8 News.
Meanwhile, the Daniel Boone Columbia Public Library is closed today. Initial reports said the main break was responsible, but Columbia Water and Light says it was because of an unrelated water pipe break. The library says there is no damage and the water was contained to a single room. Repairs are underway and the library will reopen tomorrow. State leaders are projecting Missouri will bring in roughly $200 million less in revenue this year than expected. A revised estimate released today would represent 1.9% growth compared to last fiscal year. That is half of what lawmakers were banking on when they passed this year's budget. Governor Eric Greitens has already cut roughly $250 million in an attempt to balance the budget. Big news for Tiger football tonight as quarterback Drew Lock announces his intentions for next season.
He made the announcement on Twitter this afternoon. KOMU-8's Chris Trevino is here. You might say the cupboard is now full.
That's right. They've got a lot of returning starters on offense, 9, including the quarterback, who, as we know in football, matters the most, especially when you're talented like this kid is. Drew Lock made the announcement with a video on Twitter with the caption, "Proud to be a true son." The video is a highlight reel that ends with the quotation, 2018, the return, end quotes. Locke listed 5 reasons for staying, including feeling of responsibility to his team and coaches, wanting to continue developing a new offensive system, having the opportunity to reach goals he hasn't yet achieved, graduating college, and giving himself the best chance to succeed at the next level. He also thanked Coach Odom and the rest of the staff for being helpful and patient. I'll have more on what this means for the Tiger team coming up later in sports.
Chris, did this have anything to do with the new offensive coordinator?
Well, that certainly helps because the new offensive coordinator has NFL experience, Derek Dooley from the Dallas Cowboys. So
Yes.
Locke mentioned he looks forward to working with him.
All right. Thank you very much. Sure do appreciate it. You will now be able to fly straight from Kansas City to Europe. Today, KCI announced new seasonal flights to Iceland's capital city, Reykjavik. Those flights on Icelander Air will start in May and run through the end of September.
New data shows 2017 was the costliest year on record for weather disasters in the U.S. $360 billion. That's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Flooding across Missouri and Arkansas in the spring carried a $1.7 billion price tag and claimed 20 lives. Well, the clouds hung around today, but Kenton says a warm-up is on its way, but it will be a short warm-up. Kenton?
Emily, thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Look at our temperatures right now, already above freezing. 36 in Columbia, 37 in Jefferson City, 35 up in Mexico, 34 in Moberly. Excuse me, we do have some decreased visibility across the area. You can only see about 6 miles in Columbia, 7 over in Boonville, and that's only going to increase as our night goes on, of course. So by 9 p.m. already, some might be decreased to only 1 mile of visibility, and then dense fog expected again tomorrow morning for another morning commute. 3rd day in a row now for dense fog for morning commute. But luckily, with temperatures above freezing, we're not expecting any freezing fog. Great news there. That all moves out as we head towards noon tomorrow. Also, winds might play a little bit of a factor because for the fog to form, we really want calmer winds. So right now with winds between 7 and 13 miles per hour, that is limiting the fog. So those really need to calm down if we want that fog to form, or if you don't want it, then you want the winds to stay where they're at. Otherwise, we're at 41 tomorrow at 7 a.m., actually warming up a little bit through the night. Then 55 tomorrow afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. Going to be a warm one, but a strong cold front gives us a wintry mix on Thursday. I'm tracking it hour by hour, tell you what to expect there coming up right after the break.
Missouri is one of the hardest hit states in the country when it comes to the flu this season. Isn't that what you like to hear? What healthcare professionals recommend for you?
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU-8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
The city is getting more and more dangerous every moment. These are my streets. It's time people know Black Lightning is back. Vroom, vroom. Thought you were done being a hero. Brother needs all the exercise he can get. Black Lightning series premiere Tuesday, January 16th on the CW.
Black Lightning. Series premiere Tuesday, January 16th on Mid-Missouri's CW.
Reel wants to send your family on a Disney Cruise Line vacation. Watch Reel all this week and enter the bonus puzzle solution at wheeloffortune.com for your chance to experience magic at sea as you set sail with Disney Cruise Line.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KOMU-8. Lead, arsenic, and other chemicals found in baby food. That's according to one study reported nationwide that has parents worried. But experts question those findings. A Target 8 investigation takes parents' concerns to the group that did the study. Tonight on KOMU-8 News at 10. Closed captioning of KOMU-8 News is brought to you by the law office of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Medemeyer.
The biggest game show in primetime is the New Year's biggest hit. Just always remember,
I'm going to
fear the button.
That's my favorite part.
Ellen's Game of Games, new tonight on NBC.
Tonight, the show with Emmy and Golden Globe winner Sterling K. Brown returns.
When I was at my lowest, you were there for me, man.
Golden Globe winning This Is Us returns tonight on NBC.
When we decided to do some recarpeting, I said, we've got to go to Stover's. From sales to installation was great, and it was easy. Their inventory was incredible. We used their expertise, things that I hadn't even thought of, and actually saved us a lot of money over what a big box store would. Gosh, if I had to choose, whether to do another project with Stover's or maybe somebody else, it would be hands down Stover's carpet. It would be hard for me to even look at any place else.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Medemeyer. We will fight for you.
Welcome back to KOMU News at 6 o'clock. Live look over downtown Columbia on our First Alert Weather Cam from our sky cam on top of the roof there on Broadway. And looking at satellite and radar, you can see that the magic tree is still going there. Looking at satellite and radar, we do have a lot of cloud cover overhead, of course. We have the fog, mist throughout the day, even some sprinkles throughout the area here in mid-Missouri as well. Now you can see a lot of rain moving in to the west coast. Again, California seeing a lot of landslides because of the rain they're seeing in areas that were very dry from all of the fires that they saw earlier on at the end of last year. Now, looking at satellite and radar again, you can see that cold front as it pushes in. That's what we're watching for our wintry mix on Thursday. By the time it gets here, it's going to be really developed, and it's going to be a strong cold front by that point. I'll show you all those effects here. Now, fog for the rest of our night. Here's 6 a.m. tomorrow. Dense fog advisories for us here in mid-Missouri. Third day in a row, of course. Then as we head into the afternoon, we're holding on to a lot of the cloud cover. Some sun is possible, though, but it's going to be very warm, of course, behind this. We're going to have a strong southerly wind, some gusts up to about 30 miles an hour possible. Then here's Thursday morning, 6 a.m., heading out the door. Some sprinkles already possible, even some mist or some fog also possible. Basically a bit of a wet feeling in the air at 6 a.m. on Thursday. Here's a cold front that's rolling in. It's close to Kansas City already by 6 a.m. Then it's rolling in. It's moving through Columbia by about noon. Again, warm air in front of it, so still just rain. Behind it, though, temperatures are rapidly cooling down. I'll show you those, too, here in another second. But because those temperatures are cooling down, we're going to start to see some of that rain turn into some possible freezing drizzle and some sleet as well. And then behind that, as we head towards the end of our day, here's 5 p.m., some of the drive time. Again, some sleet, freezing drizzle possible, and then some flurries as we head into the evening behind that, depending on how much moisture wants to hold on. And then by 8 p.m., you can still see, again, those flurries hanging on. Clearing skies, though, as we head towards Friday morning. And for Friday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. But temperature is a big deal with this, of course, as well. Tomorrow afternoon, we're in the middle 50s across mid-Missouri, 55 in Columbia. Again, breezy, too, gusts around 30 miles an hour. Here's 5 a.m. on Thursday. 5 a.m. Thursday, we're in the 50s here. It's going to be very warm for the morning commute. But what about the evening commute? Well, let's go 12 hours. Watch this. We're going to go from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Boom, there's the cold front. We're at 27 by 5 p.m. on Thursday. A big difference. You want to see that again? Let's look at the field-like temperatures. How about that? Probably don't want to see those. 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. there on Wednesday. But as we head towards 5 p.m. on Thursday, We're at 14 degrees, feeling like in Columbia. So a big difference, 40 degrees from the morning to the afternoon if you look at wind chill. So get ready for a big cool down. And again, that wintry mix as well could give you some travel conditions problems as well. So let's look at those. Here's Wednesday morning again, some fog here tomorrow morning, but non-freezing. It's not going to stick to your windshield. That's good, or the road. Thursday morning, again, some sprinkles, maybe some fog there as well. It's going to be breezy too. Then by the afternoon, some of that freezing drizzle and sleet making roads possibly slick, especially on bridges because they're going to get cold first. Then as the ground continues to cool down as well, Thursday evening, untreated roads likely are going to be slick, so you're going to have to watch out for that. Otherwise, tonight, 36 degrees for our low temperature. It's happening right now, really. We're around 40 by sunrise, and then 55 tomorrow afternoon. Gusts around 30 miles per hour. That's the only warm day we're going to get, though, for a little bit. We're at 28 by Thursday afternoon. We're again cooling throughout the day. 29 on Friday, 22 on Saturday, maybe even some flurries there in the morning, but no accumulation. And a cold 8 degrees Sunday morning. Here's the Weather IQ question for the day, sponsored by Break Time. Snow reflects up to how much UV radiation? 60%, 70%, or 80%?
I feel like it's going to be pretty high because it's white.
B.
It's C. This is high. It's 80% because again, it's
white.
Kind of like a glass. It's not necessarily. It's white actually because it's reflecting everything. It's not absorbing any of that color.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Thanks, Kenton.
We will be right back.
A new year calls for a fresh new look for your home during the New Year's sale at Furniture Row. Find sale prices throughout the store, including all home entertainment on sale and all kids' beds on sale. Plus, you can bring home more of the looks you love with up to 3 years no-interest financing. Start the new year off with style and save during the New Year's sale at Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Need glasses now? We have a lens lab in every store and can make them for you in as little as 30 minutes.
2 pairs start at just $38.71, and 91% of our glasses are ready the same day. No one makes glasses faster than iMart Express.
The Harlem Globetrotters. This is what it feels like when an amazing moment becomes an unforgettable memory.
Playing Mizzou Arena Wednesday, January 31st at 7. For tickets, log on to Ticketmaster.com.
Guys, we have Jim taking on our giant steak challenge. If he eats it all, it's free. Go, Jim, go. Go, Jim, go.
There are some things in life you only want to do once, like foundation repair. At Ramjack, we do things right the first time. Our consultants identify foundation problems and provide permanent, affordable solutions with a lifetime transferable warranty. Don't do it twice. Do it right. Rely on Ramjack. The KOMU-8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
Still shopping for those new appliances? It's time to buy at the Downtown Appliance Home Center New Year's sale. John?
Hey, it's going on now.
All the great brands, including GE, are right here in our showroom.
We sell more GE than anybody.
The sale prices that make it easy to buy.
Low prices. Compare ours.
The New Year's sale at Downtown Appliance Home Center, East Broadway, Columbia. Gene, did you have something else to say?
Open 7 days, including Sunday.
So what age should you start planning for your future? Well, the age you are now.
You're never too young to plan and never too old to dream. Whether you're just starting out or beginning your next chapter, we're there to guide you through it all. We may not be the biggest bank out there, but nothing makes us smile bigger than helping our customers achieve success, whatever that means to them. First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
Welcome back. In Missouri, the number of flu cases is growing quickly.
KOMU-8 Taylor Jennings is here in the studio to tell us what healthcare professionals think you should do.
The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services estimated that flu activity is now widespread. In Boone County, the peak of reported flu cases last year was just above 250. And so far this year, we've already seen 292 cases. In Cole County, this flu season has already exceeded last year's total of 550. Some of the things health professions recommend is getting shots and good hygiene.
So it's important to get the flu vaccine
because that's your best protection against getting the flu.
As with anything, you know, whether it's the common cold, is, you know, good hand washing, you know, frequently.
Another tip is avoiding contact with sick people. At the Columbia and Boone County Public Health and Human Services, children 6 months to 18 years can get free vaccinations. In the studio, Haley Jennings, KOMU-8 News.
We're starting 2018 off with a bang. Call us to see how. Call now.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with an 11% rebate on everything. Save over $220 on this Dakota walk-in closet system. Save over $230 on these Clearview kitchen cabinets. Save over $700 on this 2-car garage. Or go really big and save over $11,000 on this Cavallari home. There's no limit to how much you can save now during the 11% rebate sale at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Redness and itching, symptoms commonly associated with a condition known as dry eye. But did you know that dry eye can also look like this? I'm Dr. Timothy McGarity. As Mid-Missouri's leading center for dry eye relief, Restoration Eye Care has introduced advanced therapies that can make a dramatic difference in your life. Visit RestorationEyeCare.com to find out if you're a good candidate for dry eye treatment.
Restoration Eye Care, your vision, your life, your choice.
Tonight's primetime lineup on KOMU-8 and Mid-Missouri CW is brought to you by your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
For years, trial lawyers had their way, clogging Missouri courts with an avalanche of lawsuits. It cost jobs and hurt the economy. But thanks to hard work and leadership, new reforms will help fix a broken legal system. It's the first step in making sure the Show Me State doesn't stay the Sue Me State. We can't stop now. Support more common sense legal reform. Paid for by the U.S. Chamber Institute for Legal Reform.
Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA. Today's hits and yesterday's favorites. Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA. Listen while you work. Start your mornings just right. Always family friendly. Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA.
I've been on social media since the day I was born. Literally. I was Googling before I was out of diapers. I don't have my head in the clouds. My whole life is in the cloud. So while I don't pay the bills around here, I'm done paying the price of slow internet. It's time for the real deal.
Get unlinked and get a real deal. Extreme has the power you need with in-home Wi-Fi speeds up to 1 gig.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU-8 Sports.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, Tiger football fans. Missouri's All-SEC quarterback will return for his senior season. Missouri today announced Drew Lock's decision to stay in school. He had been considering leaving early to enter the upcoming NFL draft in April. Lock earned first-team All-SEC honors this season with a school and conference record 44 touchdown passes. He led the nation with those 44 TD tosses. Lock will be one of 9 returning starters on a Missouri Tiger offense in 2018. The Missouri men's basketball team continues SEC play tomorrow night when the Georgia Bulldogs visit. The Dogs are 11-3 overall. The Tigers 11-4. Georgia 2-1 in conference play. The Tigers 1-1 after that heartbreaking last-second loss Saturday to the Florida Gators.
Oh, man, I know it takes a lot out of me. I tell you that. It does. It takes a lot out of you. Good thing I don't have any hair on my head. It wears me down. You know, it's really hard. But they all do, not to say one is worse than the other, but just sometimes in the way they end. Because you know, sometimes you can play a great game and come up short. And it's like, okay, move on to the next one. It felt like a win. We understand that one. But it's sometimes just so painful.
A big topic of conversation in Saturday's game, the officiating. Missouri's Jeremiah Tillman fouled out in 8 minutes Today, Martin talked about dealing with officials.
You know, some guys have a quick whistle, some guys very aggressive, some guys, you know their styles and how they officiate games. Not to say that in a bad way, but you know their styles, and you know certain guys you can communicate with, and certain guys you just kind of, okay, that's part of the game. But again, good or bad, I don't spend a lot of time with it because in my mind it always go back to if you lose the game, it's an excuse. You lost the game. Hey, man, we got to fight. If that's how the game's officiated, let's make the adjustments, find a way to win it.
For the 5th time in the last 9 years, Alabama won as in a national championship. The Tide, national champs again in college football. Bama missed this field goal attempt at the end of regulation that could have won it, so it went to overtime. Georgia went up 3 with a field goal. Then look at this, 41-yard touchdown pass from Tua Tagovailoa, who had come on the game in relief of the starter Jalen Hurts at quarterback for the Tide. He fired that toss, a storybook ending to another Nick Saban Alabama national title, 26-23 in OT. On the NHL slate, the Blues are playing the Florida Panthers. Boy, the Blues must be happy to be home. They had a rough go of it on the East Coast. They lost in Philadelphia. They lost in Washington in their last 2 games. Tonight, they're on home ice, downtown St. Louis, Scottrade Center against the Florida Panthers, 7 o'clock for the puck drop. And that is Sports at 6.
Anybody, you need some help?
No, I'm good. Come on, Mom. I have to go.
We always trusted our Subaru Impreza would be there for him someday. We just didn't think someday would come so fast. See you later, Mom.
Introducing the Subaru Impreza, the longest-lasting vehicle in its class. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
University Subaru, your locally owned dealer.
There's a lot to do in a day, and your to-do list can get pretty long. So at Mark's Mobile Glass, we want to make your life just a little bit easier. We've been fixing auto glass for 25 years, and we're bringing it to you. We keep a huge inventory in stock, so you don't have to wait. Mark's Mobile Glass fixes everything, and we do amazing things with custom shower doors. We're family-owned and operated, so you know it'll be done right the first time, so you can concentrate on what matters most.
Airlines' new direct service from Columbia to Chicago and Denver, opening up a world of possibility for Mid-Missouri's business community. Grove Construction is proud to be part of United's growth with the completion of its new ticket counter and waiting room at Columbia Regional Airport. Congratulations to United Airlines from Grove Construction. On time, on budget, building Mid-Missouri's future.
The new year's here and we're getting ready.
Take advantage of amazing offers on new vehicles during the Start Something New sales event going on all month long.
Start your year off right, Capital Chrysler.
Once in a while, right in the middle of your everyday life, love gives you a fairy tale. Join us to begin planning your fairy tale wedding at the Super Wedding Show, Sunday, January 14th at the Holiday Inn Executive Center. Meet the industry experts who will help make your dream wedding a reality. One lucky bride or groom will win an all-inclusive honeymoon package to Riviera Maya, Mexico, courtesy of your travel gal and Fun Jet Vacations. Your wedding day, because in your dreams, every detail matters.
Boone babies come in generations.
She's a Boone baby, just like me.
And Grandma makes 3.
I'm a Boone baby. I'm a Boone baby.
I'm a Boone baby.
What makes a Boone baby a Boone baby? The Boone Touch. It's Mom's way of having her way. It's Mom's personal OB team being there, listening to how she wants to have her baby.
Are you calling me a mama's boy?
True Falls Film Fest returns to downtown Columbia March 1st through 4th. A celebration of nonfiction films, music, and art. Passes on sale at truefalls.org.
Welcome back again. Visibility already starting to decrease, and as long as winds calm down, that will continue. But if winds stay up, we might not see quite as much fog out there, but 40 degrees at sunrise, actually warming a bit through the night. 55 tomorrow afternoon with a lot of cloud cover still. And then Thursday's that transition day where you're going to be feeling like 50s as you head out the door on Thursday morning. By the time you come home in the afternoon, we're going to be down into the 20s with some freezing drizzle or sleet.
Quite the change.
That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.
On air, online,